Will, you're muted. I don't know if you know that.
Is that better?
Yeah, there you go. No one heard anything because you were muted the whole time.
I didn't see it. But I can hear myself in my headphones, so I was trying to make sure that I was able to.
I know I had a whole joke ready prepared, but then I was too busy trying to make sure to let you know you're muted. I was all gonna read a comic book and make a joke about being all in with DC Comics.
You're all in. Yes.
I picked up Absolute Flash today, so I was excited to read that.
Oh, cool. All right, let's go ahead and bring everybody in here. First off, let me see who I'm gonna start with first. Of course, we got my man Tyler here. The man has forgotten more comic books than I will ever know. How you doing, bro?
Oh, well, just another fun day in paradise, right?
Oh yeah, facts. Another fun day in paradise. All right, let me go ahead and bring in my Monday night cohort. He is with me on the Sports Report podcast. I'm gonna bring my man Ando in. Ando, what's up? How you doing tonight?
I got the bronze medal billing. Let's freaking what's up, guys? How we doing today?
What's up?
Doing good. Hey, Will.
Doing good.
Well, this is how you start. You make sure you're not muted, sir. You got to make sure you're not muted.
I pulled a 7 tonight.
I'm sorry.
I pulled a 7.
I will say this though. I will be saying that we are not officially sponsored, but this episode of the Geek Gauntlet podcast is sponsored by Pop-Tarts ice cream sandwiches. I got the strawberry ice cream sandwich for Pop-Tarts. I'm going to try that out while we're on stream today.
There we go.
I will say, I know I'm not typically on with you guys on the Sports Report, but did you guys see what the Portland Pickles did over the last week?
What did the Portland? First off, what are the Portland Pickles?
They're like a lower league of baseball.
Oh, okay. Minor league. Okay.
Yeah, I forget which league it is, but it's not obviously MLB. It's
minor league. Okay.
To throw out the first pitch, they had John Cena throw out the first pitch, which was just an invisible person throwing out the pitch.
That's awesome. And
they all got like a picture with the invisible John Cena, like, oh, and you hear the announcer. I wish you all could see him.
His pipe bomb the other night was awesome too.
Awesome.
All right, let's go ahead and bring in the next person of our crew. She is. Let me see. Who am I going to bring in? I'm confused who I should bring in next. I don't know yet.
Fight to the death.
Yeah, let him fight for it. Let me stop. Let me go ahead and bring our resident female streamer, Diamond. What's up? How you doing?
What's up, everyone?
What's up?
Hi, Diamond.
Diamond up here got Nintendo 2s, Switch 2s bricking all over the place.
Yep. I wanted to buy one so bad.
She hit that button.
Get it from GameStop. They'll get a staple through it or whatever.
Yeah.
Diamond
hit that button. Bam. Everybody bam.
I heard here in Washington, because we have a Nintendo up in like Renton. We have like a distribution center.
Mm-hmm.
Supposedly a pallet went missing from a truck.
Oh snap!
Oh
god!
Oh snap!
Oh my god! They got robbed.
I think this was like Thursday. I think it was Thursday.
Oh snap!
And so supposedly the truck driver says that nothing happened along the drive, so no one knows where it's at. Did it go on a different truck? Did he leave it at the wrong place? But a whole pallet of switches is missing.
I feel like
fun fact. While we're at it, I just want to let you guys know I may have a few switches in the market. Slip me $400 and they're yours. Just
I would have $1.
But I don't know what happened to that pallet. I'm not saying there's a reason I have a green screen on today that there aren't a whole bunch of switches over my right shoulder. But if you need a switch.
Ando just went fast and furious on us, and he just went. I
did.
Yeah, he did.
He needed to get some.
Hey, yo, I need to make that Trump money pretty soon.
Yeah. All right, let me go ahead.
Please, just give me one.
Just one. That's all I need is one. Just one. All right, let me go ahead. Next up, let me go ahead and bring in the Sailor Moon Princess. Let me bring in my girl Janae. Janae, what's up?
I just took my food. Sorry.
How dare you?
Well, like right as he was about to introduce me, I also did a big belch, so I was surprised. Luckily he hadn't brought me up yet. So
here's Janae.
Janae, that's how we get our male followers. Those sexy verbs.
So fun fact.
Oh shit.
So when I was first dating my husband, we went to his house when he was still living with his parents, and door open, everything. We took our dinner down in his room, and there was a belch that came from his room, and his mother immediately yelled at him with his full name, and he's like, "That wasn't me," and I said, "Sorry."
Because ladies don't belch. No.
And then another time, we
At least
it
not
was,
while dating.
and then another time we were at Taco Time in North Bend, and I had just sat down, and I had opened my mouth to say something, and a belch just came out of nowhere, and Matt was sitting up, and the people inside the restaurant just stared at him like, "What is wrong with you?" So a few times from my belches, he's been
Janae, you are
accidentally
getting your
blamed.
husband in trouble for no damn reason.
I almost got into fights at that Taco Time in North Bend.
But it tastes better than the ones here. But now the ones here are
Taco
closing.
Time.
So
Well, you know
Wait,
why, right, Janae?
Time
let's
is closing
go.
in Yakima?
Janae,
Yeah,
you know
they're
why, right?
I can't remember.
So
But it's not a franchise. That one's a franchise. The ones here are not, or something like that.
Yeah, so the ones here are locally owned. They're not part of the actual corporation. So yeah, when you go over to like North Bend, that's part of the corporation. That's what, and they do.
The hell
things
is Taco
way back.
Time?
It's a
Taco
really
Time.
good taco place.
It's like a knockoff Taco Bell.
or knockoff Taco John. I would say it's more knockoff of Taco John's.
The
It's
fuck is
more-
Taco John?
It's a more expensive,
You've never
less
had Taco
creative
John's?
Taco Bell.
No.
Wait,
Dude,
what's
Taco
Taco
John's
Bell?
has like the best potato olays, man. They're like little hash circles, but they're so seasoned perfectly well, and you dip them in sour cream and cheese. Nom 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 nom.
We'll think of a more expensive, less creative, and less fun Taco Bell.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Oh, and
That's just the
Well,
truth.
Fair enough.
you'll love
Fair
it.
enough.
So they have things called Mexi fries. They're just basically tater tots.
All right. Let me go ahead and bring in the person who does the lineup each and every week for this show. Much appreciated. Let me bring my brother Shaw in. Shaw, what's up, man? How you doing?
What's up, everybody? How y'all doing tonight?
What's up?
I'm good.
Pretty good,
Yeah.
pretty good. All right. Sorry for the technical issues, but we are up and running real quick. Janae posted something. I'm gonna go ahead and get to it now.
Ooh, what'd you name it?
She posted something in the group chat. I posted something too. We'll get into. Your birth month is just is your power.
I have no problem with Iron Man. No problem whatsoever.
So your power is being an ass?
A drunk ass who's really smart.
wouldn't-
Yes.
I would assume mine is telepathy because the whole hand thing, but I'm not 100%.
Actually,
Oh, no.
is that the void?
That's the void. Yeah.
You're just really
You got a
depressed.
lot of shit.
Yeah, already.
That makes sense.
Wait, what's September?
September, that's
Um,
King.
That's Kane.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's my birthday then. Okay.
What's
You
his
gotta
power?
conquer, you're gonna conquer everything but a court case because you'll get kicked out of Disney Marvel.
That's
Well-
messed up, man.
Well, if Garrett
He's
was
back
here,
now,
he
though.
would be.
Hey.
If Garrett was here, he'd be happy because he's February and Logan's like one of his favorite characters.
He's being reconsidered. I understand he's being reconsidered for the role.
Oh yeah, I've heard
that.
that, and they should. They
Yeah.
should because I mean, if,
Yeah.
if nothing happened, it might as well.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah,
And I'm
Yeah.
happy with my Spider-Man. Then I'll take that Spider-Man.
I got the
Yeah.
Human Torch. I got the Human Torch. Yay.
Hey, you can
I
flame
got
on, flame
that
on all
sounds
day.
fun.
Listen, as long as I'm not
Better
as long
than
as,
Miss Marvel.
as long as I'm not August,
Miss Marvel's pretty powerful too.
I'm August.
X-Men to
Hey.
me.
I'm happy I'm not August.
Well,
I
you
can
just
use
gotta
it.
stay out of Shaw's sight because otherwise we're all fucked.
Listen. I'm jumping off a breeze if that was me.
That's what you're yelling on the way down, right?
Douche.
But
Yeah,
well,
man.
have like X-Men Evolution Scott Summers isn't as annoying as 90s Scott Summers.
This
You know,
is
I've
true.
been,
Hold on.
I've been wanting
Hold
to rewatch Evolution. I've been wanting to.
Hold on.
It's really good.
It's really good.
Not
You should
as
definitely watch
It's
it.
annoying.
good. We need to watch it. Yeah.
Not as
Definitely.
annoying Scott Summers is still a fucking annoying Scott Summers.
It's
I'm just
annoying,
saying.
man, regardless, he's
Not
annoying
having as much
regardless.
diarrhea still is giving you diarrhea. So
So I'm always all in for making fun of Scott Summers because it's fun and easy to do. It's low hanging fruit. But I will give him credit in the
What's up,
current
Andrew?
X-Men comics. He actually is doing a pretty good job with his X-Men team up in Alaska.
Whatever.
Alaska?
Forget him.
Yeah, he's running an X-Men team up in Alaska. They took over an abandoned Sentinel factory, and that's where it's like housing. When he rescues mutants, he gives them a home.
He's got his coolest moment is 97. It was the X-Men 97
jumping out and landing with the team.
To be my X-Men.
In these X-Men comics, he's done a decent job.
Wing. All right.
Sorry,
all right,
that was
all
me.
right,
If
all
anyone
right.
heard that.
And now we got 10 new followers on the Feast of Fandom because of
the
Let's
belt.
go. Let's go.
All right, real quick. Let me do this. What's up, Andrew? How you doing, bro? Appreciate you coming out to the stream. This is why I need ruby quart glasses, because when I glance at the chest, I might blast the masses. Hell yeah.
Nice
There are
reference.
worse
Linkin
ways to
Park,
go out,
High
Andrew.
voltage.
Yep, Linkin Park. Let me do this real quick. I got the parental advisory, so I'm protected.
Oh,
You're protected.
Fuck Taylor Swift.
Open toxic.
So angry.
Here's the thing, right? Let's be honest.
A few years ago, sure, but now I don't know.
Sydney Sweeney. That's my vote.
But that's
Can she sing? Can she sing?
Probably. It's Sydney.
Do you have to?
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
Do you have to? You can lip
do not need a character to be Dazzler. She cannot sing.
But you can lip sync that though.
Yeah, lip sync it.
Yeah, but I don't. I'd be upset. I'd be pissed.
But Ando, I want Sydney Sweeney to be Black Cat. I want her to be Felicia Harding.
Why can't she be both?
No, I don't want her to be Dazzler.
I'm a huge Dazzler fan.
If Chris Evans can do it, she can do it.
I'm a huge Dazzler fan, and I could see them. The problem is, like, she's going to be a character if they bring in. She's not going to be a main character, guys. So if anything, they'll be able to get a big name actress, like a big name singer, pop star Sabrina or Taylor, because they only have to walk on set for one day to film a 10-minute long scene, and then that's it for the movie. So that's why they're going to do it, because it's a really cool character, but you're not going to see this character fighting alongside them on the battlefield. Most likely.
Right.
Like a
still bringing
Gambit scene from
Rebel
X-Men
Wilson
War.
instead.
Bring who?
What'd you say,
Rebel Wilson.
I could see Rebel Wilson. I was going to say, no, if they do a Dazzler scene, it'll be a lot like a Gambit scene from X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Don't do that. I would hate that.
I like that Gambit than Channing Tatum.
No, I straight up would love to see a trying to get out of the. Oh, she's gotten way out of the Disney. Don't worry.
Oh yeah,
What's up,
she's
Kat?
way out of the Disney.
What's going on, Kat? What's
Disney
going on
won't
with
go
you?
near touching her.
Yeah, Revolution would be hilarious.
No, I think what they could do. I mean, all you got to do is have her put a poster up on a wall of a concert. Have her be singing at a show, and at the end of the movie, maybe the characters show up at their show, and she's doing her like she doesn't have to be a main character attraction. She can just be something that's there.
Right.
Or have a scene with like her and Jubilee kind of playing off each other, because I think her and Jubilee have a nice little fireworks while she's singing. I think that'd be kind of
her and what is it, Boom Boom?
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah. All right, so I want to go ahead and get those two.
I think they also get along with X-23, don't they? Doesn't she?
Mm-hmm. All right, I want to get those two out there, out into the ether. All right, let's go ahead and get started with the show. Shaw, what you got for us on the list tonight?
All right. Well, first up, recently I read an article talking about how the director of the live-action Lilo and Stitch had to defend the ending by saying it was more realistic. What are your thoughts? Is the live-action ending more realistic, where Nami leaves and gets her happy ending, but leaves Nami in the care of some people that she barely knows, or is the animated more realistic, where she works it out, she becomes sort of a single parent, kind of, still they're struggling, but there is a support system. What are your thoughts? Which is more realistic?
I'll just say two quick things. One, to Garrett, I hated that introduction. I'm happy to see her, but I hated that introduction. They should have made her a little more than just the girl in the background throwing lights. But for the realism, here's the thing, right? I'm not watching a Disney movie about a cuddly alien and their interacting thing for realism. So if you're trying to look for something to be realistic, I wasn't going to Lilo and Stitch for that.
I know.
Right.
The question is, which one is more realistic?
Oh, I
No, which
could
one's more
care,
real?
I could
That's the
care less
question.
what's realistic.
But that's the question.
Well,
Sure, the
if
live
it-
action, even though I haven't seen it yet, but sure, the live action.
the live action, since she's basically giving him up, that means like yes, she's following her dream or whatever, but like it almost feels like she's just as like Liz Ohana means family. Okay, nobody gets left behind. Well, she's leaving her sister behind so she can just follow her dream. Why can't she do her dream and have her sister?
Yeah, it kind of breaks that
Just
Ohana
ask-
family.
and then
model.
just ask for family and well, not family, but like David and the grandma for help and stuff like that instead of just. That's what's like annoying. It's like you could have options. Like it'd be
Ohana
one thing.
part-time.
It would be one thing if like quote realistic if like originally like in the cartoon, Agent Bubbles was going to take Lilo away anyway, kind of a thing.
Exactly.
It's like, but she's willingly giving her up instead of her being taken away. So
Yeah, I haven't seen it. It just barely came out, so it won't be on Disney Plus for another couple months, right?
yeah,
Like about a month, probably a month and a week,
okay.
probably.
so
Maybe July, August, maybe.
Yeah, doesn't take that long for the hit Plus.
Okay, I'll have to give it a try.
Month and a half, 2 months.
I like Garrett's comment.
What did he say?
He says, "Does anyone else find it dumb that she's leaving Hawaii to travel to California to study marine biology?"
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I know.
another thing.
Hawaii's kind of the premier spot for marine biology.
What's up,
Yeah,
Gary?
it would've-
Appreciate you being in the chat, bro.
That's like her going to California and be like, I'm going to study volcanoes in California.
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
Oh no, no, no!
Yeah.
She
No.
came to Washington because we have so many active volcanoes here.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm going to move to Kansas to study marine biology.
Like, I'm going to Kansas
Right.
to study tornado within
For
floods and shit.
science.
Yeah.
For science.
Yep.
For
All right. Moving on. There's apparently a rumor that Warner Brothers and Sony are going to be merging. What are y'all thoughts on that?
Wasn't that a rumor before? Like
Mhm.
I
years
saw-
ago?
I don't know. I saw it recently. So, what are your thoughts on it?
Maybe.
And all restaurants became Taco Bell.
No,
All right, all right, Demolition Man.
I'm just saying, if that's what
Yo,
they want to
look.
do, just do it already. Do your
Look,
franchise
no.
stores.
I'm just gonna say it like this.
Are they trying to merge so that Disney doesn't buy them?
Maybe.
Possibly.
I don't know.
And those
They're like,
Zords
I
on-
don't want to
Maybe-
be a part of the mouse.
Maybe Warner Brothers was trying to take tips from Sony on how to do a good superhero movie because Sony has Spider-Man and Warner Brothers have really
Whoa,
shitty Batman
whoa,
movies.
whoa.
I
Are you,
mean,
Ando, are you saying that
the last
Warner
couple
Brothers
of-
would ask Sony for advice on a superhero movie?
yeah.
Have
the
you
last
not
couple
seen
of Warner
Spider-Man No
Brothers-
Way Home?
That's technically
That's mostly Disney.
That was amazing.
That is mostly Disney.
Yeah. The animated stuff, Disney did it, and Sony.
No,
just
no,
wrote-
not the Spider-Man animated one, like No Way Home with Andrew Garfield and Tom Holland and
Yeah,
Tobey
that's
Maguire.
mostly Disney.
That is
It still has Sony written on it. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
mostly Disney. I mean,
Okay.
now
I
if you want
mean,
to look at Sony movies,
Off Spider-Man, like,
Brave
Okay,
and the
yeah,
Hunter,
okay, cool,
Morbius,
cool.
Madam Web.
Unbury that hatchet. We
Right,
want to unbury
right.
that hatchet. Fine.
Adam Webb is trash.
Maybe Sony's trying to get some ideas on how to fix their extended universe after Madam Web. That's what
I guess Sony's advice would be get bought by Disney.
get a Zord by
Yeah.
Disney, basically.
but they're still their own company, so they're not.
Oh,
They're playing
Just-
with.
what happened?
just
They're
stick,
tag
just
teaming
stick
with
with
Disney, but they're
animated
not-
stuff. Except
I-
They're
for
just holding on to their PlayStation and Blu-ray and
Superhero.
hoping nobody beats the Blu-ray anytime soon.
No one buys
Mhm.
Blu-ray anymore,
No one
though.
buys Blu-rays.
Well, the Blu-rays are still more than DVDs or anything
Yo,
else. So like,
look, when Sony brings back the Walkman, let me know. Will knows what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about.
everybody.
Speaking of old things, the first trailer.
Hey, man. Damn.
Will, was he talking about you or me? Because
I think he's talking about both. I think he's talking about both of us.
Hear
Yeah.
me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. The first trailer for Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey. That's what I mean by old. will be released in a few weeks alongside the Jurassic Park, the Jurassic World Rebirth. It will be narrated by Anna, whatever her name is. Her name's, excuse me,
Anne
whatever her
Hathaway.
name is. Halfway, yeah, there we go. Who is playing Penelope. And there will be a few images that will be released. What do you thought?
Odyssey is the one about the god who was left out at sea, right?
Yes, kind of.
No,
I was like, that's a very narrow way to describe Odyssey.
Well, so
why I
I
say
mean, I
kind
remember
of.
watching Odyssey when I was in high school. But God,
This-
that being so long ago, I haven't seen it since then.
The same thing as the play of Epic. That's
Yeah,
the same
no,
thing. Yeah.
I'm down for it, man. I mean, I think, especially with the older God movies like that, or kind of the mythology, I think those movies do really well. And bringing in a character like Anne Hathaway who can bring that star power to it, I'm okay. I'd like to hear more information about it, but it's Christopher Nolan. I mean, name the last movie that Christopher Nolan made that was bad.
I've heard of it. I've never seen it, but I've heard
The
of
joke I'll make is if Nolan making it is they're going to be a twist at the end that there's actually a future sci-fi and they have to go back in time to save everyone or something. And you have to
No, that's
understand
Sharknado.
That's Shyamalan. It's not Shyamalan.
I've heard
I
of
mean, that is still very much Nolan. Like, something's all happened, twisted. You thought you knew the ending, but you didn't.
I've heard
Oh,
of
so he's
it.
trying to be the new M. Night Shyamalan?
I've heard of the Odyssey. I've never seen it.
Me neither.
It's good. It's good.
Did no one read the Odyssey in school?
There's a couple of good specials of it, and watch the animatics for Epic. That's actually really good. Tells the story pretty well.
It's a very good read.
Mhm.
Oh,
all right, moving
We
on.
lost Will.
No, he's gone.
Will come
Will.
back. Will lost power.
Will.
Oh, they'll be right back. So let me go on to something that doesn't need a picture. Marvel Studios is reportedly Marvel Studios purportedly has plans to introduce the Lin Lai as the main Iron Fist in the MCU. What are y'all thoughts on that?
Wait, who? I'm sorry, who?
Lin Lai. That's what I have here. Lin Lai. Linlie.
Let me look because I'm like, I don't know if I'm.
Yeah, I'm not
It's
familiar.
it's not clicking in my head for some reason. You said Lin Lai.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Linlie.
Lin. Presumably, he's the current lead. Presumably, or I assume.
Oh, Lin Lee.
Lin Lee. Okay, Lin Lee.
Yeah.
How you doing?
What up?
Yo. I've only read one or two comics with him, but I'm familiar with the character itself.
Who's the character?
A character named Lin Lee was Iron Fist. They were planning to have that be the Iron Fist for the MCU.
Yeah, I think that if I remember correctly, isn't he the modern one, Iron Fist, isn't he?
Yeah.
Let me look now. I can't remember if he's the one that replaced Danny or
I would assume.
I'm like looking it up now.
Yeah, I would assume so.
I think he's the one who replaced Danny, but maybe I'm totally wrong. I could be totally wrong.
Right. Well, anyway, moving on.
Oh, so that's the Iron Fist that they used based off of Marvel Rivals. So, yeah, I mean, okay.
That would make sense. Yeah. Okay. Speaking of Marvel Rivals, we have the popcorn bucket for Fantastic Four, version number 4.
There's like 1,000 buckets.
Is
Like
this the
everything
odd
gets a
looking
bucket.
Mr. Fantastic popcorn bucket?
And
That's how they
yet
make more
we're
money.
not cool enough to have buckets. So
Hold up. You didn't give me the bucket one.
Yeah, it's number 4.
Hold on. What's what happened for number 4?
That does not look like a popcorn bucket.
That's not a
That looks
popcorn
like
I
a
mean,
popcorn
it could be a popcorn bucket.
Try number.
It's probably that picture that looks like a popcorn bucket.
Yeah.
Oh,
oh my god!
This probably the one that look like a popcorn bucket.
I think Tyler's
Hold
better
on.
formed than that.
I might be able to find it. Because
Well, basically just Reed Richards with his arm wrapped around a popcorn bucket. Basically, that's it.
I thought did we talk about that last week?
We talked about
No.
the head last week.
Yeah, we were talking about Galactus. That's
Oh, okay.
The $85 Galactus head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good Lord. $85.
I can find stuff to do with that head for $85.
Does-
Yeah.
Oh,
Does that
God.
mean that after buying it,
All right,
you get
Al Snow,
unlimited popcorn for the rest of your life, no matter what movie you're going to?
Al, all
Ando's
right,
gonna pay 85 for head.
I'll put the.
Hey, Will, what does everybody
Hey,
want?
hey, we're not at After
I know,
Dark.
right?
You can't say
No,
things
no,
like that.
the parental advisory is up. So
It is up there. It is up there. We are
Hey, Will, what
protected.
does everybody need?
We are all protected. Yes.
What does everybody love? Sorry.
Well,
All right,
Galactus has
Yeah,
an
okay,
insatiable
head, what?
hunger for stuff.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
gonna have an insatiable hunger when I get done with Galactus.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Jeez.
You got some Spider-Man.
Going off the rails.
Oh, God.
What?
All right, we got some Spider-Man Brave New Day news. Official
Sounds
number
like, get the hell out of here.
one.
Get the hell out of here.
Bye, guy.
number one.
Get the hell out.
Yeah, Berthado's been saying he
Oh,
wants to be in there.
hell yeah. Let's go.
That'd be awesome.
Oh,
I don't think Punisher's have they confirmed that the Brand New Day is going to be the title?
Yeah.
Okay, that's why. Because I was like, in the original Brand New Day comic, he's not in it.
Oh yeah, I mean Doctor Strange isn't in One More Day, so
When we haven't been introduced to Mephisto yet. No.
well he's been mentioned.
Well, yeah, but I mean, we haven't been introduced to him.
Apparently he's supposed to be coming in
You
on
mean
Iron Fist.
You mean in the MCU?
Yes, just
Yeah,
because technically I know they're not going to be pulling from the Brand New Day comic.
Right.
I have that issue. I'm actually in the process of debating on selling it. But yeah, just that whole storyline was because Mephisto, used his magic to wipe, everyone. So like,
Yeah,
you know.
we did that already from No Way Home. That's basically that story, more or less.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah, basically.
Yeah.
But who's to say that you don't get him involved in some way, shape, or form in Brand New Day because of the stuff that happened with Doctor Strange and Spider-Man?
I feel like
It
if
could
you're
be a way
bringing,
to introduce it.
I feel like if you're bringing the Punisher in, they're probably going to lean more the realistic route.
Yeah.
So less Mephisto, more street level people like Scorpion and other stuff.
Yeah, that makes sense.
At least
Well,
that's my
we'll
view on
see.
it.
No, you probably right, Ty.
Yeah, well, we'll see. I mean, there's options. I mean, one or the other. Okay. What we got. All right. Picture number 3. Apparently, this is the new slate. There's a untitled Marvel movie that's going to be on the same day as Secret Wars. Apparently, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It's weird.
I'm just not going to look at slates anymore. Because at this point, it really is closing your eyes and throwing a dart and seeing what will happen. Because what happened to Armor Wars? What happened to Blade?
That got canceled.
No, I know, but
Canceled.
that's my point. Like all these things are changing, so it's like I don't care anymore. I'm not gonna sit here. I think this was a really cool thing Disney used to do like years ago. Like, oh, guess what? We got this coming down the pipeline. But now in the last 5 or 6 years, everything keeps changing so much that this prediction means nothing anymore.
Oh, real quick, I gotta go back to Janae real quick because Janae never answered my question in chat.
Ooh.
She up talking about some. I see only one picture with 2 people in it. Who you choose now, Janae? Carpenter or Taylor Swift?
Fine, Carpenter.
Okay, so I want to make sure you answer.
You want that espresso?
Fine. Yeah,
The
you
one
fine.
sucky thing about her is the way she sings is more of that nasally airy,
Yes.
and it's hard to
Oh my God.
emulate, and then you lose your breath because you're like, oh my gosh, how can people sing like this instead of like a normal way with your diaphragm? But whatever.
Yep.
I actually really like her.
No, I don't mind. I don't mind either singer,
Okay.
but like it's easier to sing Taylor Swift songs than it is to sing and emulate
fair.
Sabrina
Now,
Carpenter songs
Janae?
because of nasally song. The
I'm
nasally.
finna pull a Janae moment. I don't know any of Taylor Swift songs.
Janae, you need to be careful. You're going to have bad blood with Will.
Oh,
I
God.
know she
No.
won't.
Just shake it off. Shake it off. Just shake it
No,
off.
she won't. No, she won't. I just don't like Taylor Swift.
The song is
Well,
Bad Blood. He's making a reference to the song
Yeah.
Bad Blood by Taylor
Look,
Swift.
we all just need to shake it
Well,
off.
speaking
Okay.
of bad blood, speaking
Well,
of
just
bad
like-
blood, we got 2 more comics announced for the Marvel DC crossovers. We
Yeah.
have Wonder Woman and Captain America for one. I'm gonna
Oh,
have
yeah.
Green Arrow and Daredevil on another one.
Well,
I like- I like them both.
Isn't if I remember correctly, the Green Arrow Daredevil, that's just a variant cover, I think, isn't it?
I don't know. That's what
Because I believe that's a variant cover to the Batman Deadpool comic.
If you say so, I don't know.
Are they supposed to be? Are they supposed to be fighting? Because Cap don't stand a chance.
Well, I don't. So it's unsure. So the only information we've seen covers because they've released 3 or 4 covers for the Batman and Deadpool crossover coming, but because that's about to come out, supposedly at the end of that is supposed to hint at the next one, which is Wonder Woman and Captain America. I don't know what that storyline is going to be at all.
Gotcha.
They're teaming up or fighting. But yeah, no, the Green Arrow Daredevil, I think that doesn't mean that they can't show up in the comic. They might. But I think that that's just a variant cover of the Deadpool Batman, I think.
Well, because it is. It's kind of weird that we're only getting individual comics and not like an actual event.
Well, that happens all the time with comics. You'll get comics with people who aren't even in the comic on it.
No. What I mean is we're getting the individual comics, but in the solo stuff and not an actual event comic. You know what I mean? Like send us like a whole series, a main series type of thing, where it's a specific title and it's all one thing. These are just like separate titles. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I said, I'm not sure what their plan is because it's still there's not a lot of info on it out as far as last time I checked. So I don't know if this is supposed to be like a couple one-shots. If this is supposed to be a little event. I mean, they've been doing tons of events over the last like 6 months because we've had the Avengers and Aliens crossover. We've had the Avengers and Ultraman crossover. There's been a handful of things. So like, I mean, it just depends what storyline they're going to try and do. But I don't know. I don't know if this is supposed to be like a 3-issue, 4-issue event or if it's going to be that Avengers Aliens. They release 1 issue every 2 months. That's been taking forever.
Yeah, but they'll announce more stuff in Comic-Con maybe because San Diego Comic-Con because San Diego Comic-Con is coming next month. So we'll see if they release more stuff about that. All right. Next, let's talk about Rick and Morty. Anybody see the Easter episode?
I did not.
Well,
somebody hit somebody and yelled at somebody and time travel and stuff happened?
No time travel. They don't do time travel. But yeah, you know, a lot of stuff talking about the lore of Easter, you know, far out there stuff. Pretty decent. In addition, Rick and Morty has been renewed for more seasons through 2029.
Damn.
Yeah.
What?
Damn.
Well,
yep.
If people like it, they like it. So
like 4 more years from now, and it's like canceled. After next year, it's like canceled. It's done.
Yep.
I haven't watched
it'll resurrect like Futurama, so it's okay.
Is it?
It'll resurrect.
I don't know. I personally don't like it, so but I know other people do. So
it'll
it's like
continue on like Simpsons after I forgot what season was. Like it was good and then it peaked, and everything else just continued on.
I'm enjoying this one so far, so see where it goes. All right. Next we got some casting for the Clayface movie, Christian number 5. Roy, whatever. How you pronounce that?
Tom Rice.
Okay.
I still don't see this.
I still don't know which Clayface they're picking from.
Right.
Yeah.
And I still don't see how you pull this off without Batman.
I think if they use practical, it could look really cool. But like, as my husband told me last night, sometimes the practical props and things like that are more expensive than just computer generated stuff. So because we were watching Jaws last night, and I was like, I'd love if they would just do practical if they ever redid it, but they're not going to because it's cheaper to do.
Speaking of practical, question number 6, we got a better look at the Green Lantern ring for the Superman movie.
You stupid.
What? What did you say? What?
Just look at the chat. Sorry. Just saying.
Janae, really?
Hey, you happen to have some alcohol in your drink tonight, would you?
I do, but Orion's not here, so I can't take a picture of him. So.
Oh man. Oh man.
Hey, at least you guys got to laugh. So.
Yeah.
That actually kind of looks cool. I kind of dig it.
Oh man. Too bad the characters.
Can I just say that they need to make a Power Ranger series where they morph with rings? Because that just gives me Green Ranger.
Instead of just having like a belt buckle thingy.
Yeah, like I mean that's just that looks
not always
legit.
a belt buckle.
No, it's a really oversized.
Sorry.
The
Like,
worst
go
one.
Mega Force. That
the
was
worst-
that was
the-
dumb.
No, I think the worst one was, and it sucks because it was actually decent until they screwed it. Was in Jungle Fury when they got rid of the cool chucks that they like the cool gloves that they were supposed to have in the Sentai, and they switched it off for these shitty ass dollar store sunglasses.
No, the glasses were fine. The glasses were fine.
Anderson Posse, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream.
Those weren't bad.
Dude, Rob, you're up. What's up, dude?
The way those
Man.
work for the morphing, those are pretty good.
I just wish we could have got a better
Yeah.
actor to play him, but it's all
What?
good.
Why? He's
God,
That
dude,
is
Nathan
Guy
Fillion's
Gardner.
fine.
He's playing Guy Gardner. That's the character he's
Dude,
playing.
if anybody can pull off Guy Gardner, it's Nathan Fillion.
well, all
Exactly.
you need is someone who can be a smart ass and an asshole, and that's all you
Nathan
need.
Fillion
Yeah, that's
fills
true.
it.
That's
Nathan
true.
Fillion can fill in an asshole.
That's true.
Yeah.
He can fill in an asshole. Okay.
Not my asshole, but he can fill in an asshole.
Well, hey, happy Pride Month. I mean,
Oh, Jesus. This is what
filling in
happens.
assholes all the time.
This show's gone
This is
complete.
what happens.
This show's gone completely to the left. Oh my god.
You off the rails.
Oh,
This show's gone completely to the left.
Oh,
To the left,
everything you own in the box to the left. Sorry.
Oh
Well,
my goodness.
look at that
Go
now,
ahead,
y'all.
Sean.
segue I'm not going to use. We got some casting for Dune on push number 7.
Dude.
Shaw's like, I hate all of you guys.
Dude,
We
so
love Shaw.
Who?
The twins.
How you say Nicole?
Nicola
Nicole? Wolf?
Wolf
No,
Momoa and Ida Brooke.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
So
so
we're
we're
gonna
going to
be
cast
more
that.
child?
Okay.
Meow.
Yeah,
I've
they're
never
going to be
seen
the
it,
kid.
so-
Is Dune 3 supposed to be pulling from the children of Dune?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Wait, actually, isn't the second one supposed to be the Messiah?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking. I genuinely, because isn't the Children of Dune the second book?
Oh,
I thought
I'm not sure. I don't know.
I'd have to double check.
I
I'm not.
guess.
I was just curious because I see if they're talking about the daughters. I'm like, oh, okay, so maybe they're jumping forward and doing the Children of Dune, maybe. But I mean, I could be wrong.
Okay, I guess so. I mean, all right.
Right.
Okay. Speaking of casting, Warner Brothers is considering recasting Snape for the live-action Harry Potter series. What are y'all thoughts on that?
Who was supposed to be playing Snape?
Some dude of darker skin.
I ain't no Harry Potter fan, so I'll let y'all take
I
it.
think because I've
Wait,
seen
what?
all. I wonder if it has anything to do with all the pushback that's happened online.
Yeah,
with
because
you.
like the optics of that kind of don't look good.
I ain't no Harry Potter fan, so I'll let y'all take that one.
I just like I've seen the TikTok. It makes me laugh so hard when they're like, "You're gonna have Harry being super suspicious of one of the teachers, and it's just gonna be the only black teacher the whole time." And everyone's like, "Why are you suspicious of him?" He's like, "I don't know. That teacher's just very suspicious to me." It's like, yeah.
Well,
Mhm.
he's black, y'all.
Now, speaking of some casting,
Yeah,
Josh Gad, Kiki Palmer, Louis Perman are all reportedly going to be starring as the leads in Spaceballs 2.
I am fucking down with this.
That sounds fun. 'Cause I like Kiki Palmer. Like one of those days.
I like Josh Gad. Look, Olaf can play in any movie, and let's get real. If Louis Pullman's name in this movie is not Bob, fuck, what's his name? Mel Brooks is totally dropping the ball.
Okay.
Because like every major movie that Lewis Pullman has been in, his name has been Bob. So they need to continue the trend and call him Bob. Bob Lone Star.
Maybe. Let's see something I'm doing with that. All right. In similar news, well, not really similar, but J. Michael Krasinski is apparently wants to take over for Doctor Who. What y'all thoughts on that?
I don't watch Doctor Who, so I don't know. I will not be.
Oh, Ando, you missed it. You're supposed to say who?
Do I look like a fucking owl?
I mean, maybe. I mean, a little bit.
Why did Ando just remind me of the scene from Wolf on Wall Street where he's like, who? What are you? You know,
Owl? Yeah.
Mr. Owl, how many licks does it take to get to the
center of a Tootsie Pop?
And you're yelling at me about talking with Pride Month. Talking about licks over there, Tyler. Jeez, man. We are off the rails for sure.
Hey, I kept it in chat.
Nom, 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 nom.
I still think mine was
What?
tame compared to Janae's, but you know.
What?
Oh, God, no. No, Janae's was completely off left field.
There was a cat picture. I said appropriate words.
What's up, pussycat? Whoa!
Give me that.
Oh my goodness. The timing of that Janae was just too good.
You're welcome, everybody.
I'll be here all week.
I'll be all week.
Don't forget to tip your waiters.
Next thing I got, Harold and Kumar will be returning. A new sequel to the stoner comedy franchise will be directed by the creator of Cobra Kai, and will have both John Cho and Kyle Penn started to return. What y'all thought?
Rumor has it Neil Patrick Harris is also supposed to be in it as well, which you can't make a Harold and Kumar movie without Neil Patrick Harris.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
You can't.
I've only seen number
Let's see it.
one.
Harold and Kumar didn't what's his face
Oh, it's two.
die?
It's Harold and Kumar. They can bring in Neil Patrick Harris and like a out of body experience or something.
It's like, how many times you see Gorilla Grodd die in Justice League and they brought him back?
Oh no, never mind.
I think this is a different genre.
I thought there was an actor that died in real life, but I mixed up a different actor.
Okay.
Didn't one of the actors die? Like
Tyler, just because they're Asian doesn't mean they're all the same. All right. All right. I'm not saying. I'm just saying.
The Minecraft movie will be hitting Max on June 20th. Yeah.
Weird. It's gonna be weird.
I watched it this morning.
That's gonna be. Oh, you did.
Thoughts?
Now hold on. Just because the wording on it sounded weird.
I mean,
is this the Minecraft movie with Jack Black?
Yes.
Okay. I didn't realize it was called a Minecraft movie. I just thought it was the Minecraft movie.
A Minecraft movie.
Yeah.
Tyler, does it make you want to try to smuggle chickens into the theater to watch it again? And then throw them in the air after saying chicken jockey?
What I think about the movie is that it's an interesting view into, because I know it did well with the younger audience. And so I think it's an interesting sight to see what like the younger crowd is like. Is this the future, what we're going to see more of in the film industry? I'm not sure. I think there's some funny jokes. I think all the actors did a very good job. I think the like CGI and the aesthetics for a movie that's all basically 99.9% CGI looks good. I just could care less about the plot or the story because it to me felt like I was clearly not the audience for it. Like, all right, like the audience was for a 12-year-old
who likes to play Minecraft.
Yeah, and so it's like I'm not hating on it. I
haven't played Minecraft personally myself. I can't get behind a game that does not have a plot, and there's like no plot to that game.
There's a plot. You gotta fight the dragon.
But I will
say,
I
just likes to make stuff in Minecraft.
You know what you over there going? Oh, I gotta cut you off for a second. I gotta ask this question. What you over there going weed for? What the hell are you doing?
Huh?
I heard you in the background talking about some weed.
Oh, I sat back down in the chair and I spun and I went wee.
Can I just say we got to give Jack Black like a music award because that dude comes up with a top 5 hit in every single freaking movie that he's in. With Mario Brothers, he made Peaches.
He did.
And this one, he made la 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 lava, chicken, Steve slaughtered chicken. Yeah, it's hella good. Like, and I haven't even seen the movie, and I only want to see it because of that little jingle that he has.
I've never heard of it.
Well, this is Tenacious D you're talking about. So I mean,
no, just Jack Black, just Jack Black.
Okay, so 50% of Tenacious D.
That's still 50% less than 100% of Tenacious D. Just
Why, Lord? Why?
Will,
or Pick of Destiny. I mean,
Will, you know you missed me this week. All right, you know you missed me.
Hi, Andrew.
What's up, Andrew? How
Don't
you
make
doing,
me go
bro?
all Trump in here. Trump's supposed to be at an actual rally right now, but I can make a Trump appearance if you want me to.
We're good.
Oh God, no! Please don't.
You know, he didn't cause enough. He didn't cause enough trouble in this world. David, what's up, man?
I'm holding off.
What
I'm just
up,
holding. Just
David?
no, I'm holding off.
We got Andrew
All right,
in the building.
Let's kick it over to Ando. You have something you want to say?
All right. So, as most of you know, last weekend was Father's Day, and Feast of Fandom put out my top 5 fathers in video games. Due to an unfortunate circumstance, we are going to put part 2 of that out this week, which is my bottom 5 fathers in video games. So I figured I'd get a heads up with you guys on my next top 5 list. Brought to you by Anderson Posse. He's actually the one that came up with this. He wants to know my top 5 arcade cabinets of all time. So these are the ones that you go into the arcade, you throw down a couple bucks on the machine, and you play with some friends. You fight with some friends. You get into fist fights with your now no longer friends because they beat you in a fighting game. But yeah, I wanted to go over you guys. What's that, Will?
The hell you say? Beat me in the fight? The hell you say?
Nah, then I'm gonna hate you. I'm gonna smack you in the face when you get ready to do a Hadouken super move.
Beat me in the face.
I figured I'd run by you guys and see what see if you guys had any memorable arcade cabinets that you play. Diamond, I'll start with you you being our video game expert and streamer. What was some of your favorite arcade cabinets to play?
And it could be like any arcade, even like
any arcade cabinet.
Okay. So my favorite one to play was with my brother when we played Mega Man in the arcade. I forgot what it was called.
Mega Man the Power Battles.
Yeah, we were just like we have a line of tokens lined up. Like, we're gonna do this and we're gonna play this game and not leave for like an hour or two.
Yep.
And then the other one was with my mom when we played like the Simpsons arcade game.
Yep.
And that was like my first introduction into video games as a kid.
Yep. Absolutely. I remember when I moved to Florida in 2009, they had a arcade right off the beach. They called it the Boardwalk Arcade, and the Simpsons one overlooked the outside of the beach, so you could play the game while looking at the beach and the water coming in. Rob and I probably spent a good $50 playing that game just to beat it for old time nostalgic sake. Janae, what are your memorable arcade moments that you have, if any?
Dark Stalkers.
Okay.
Wild West Cowboys of Moon.
Yes.
Probably Marvel versus Capcom is another one that would be.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Those are the only ones I can think of.
Yeah.
So I'd say Battletoads, but Battletoads was more for the system than for arcade games.
Now, I gotta ask, because you're in the part of Central Washington that I used to live in. Meadowbrook Family Fun Center, is that still a thing?
Yep.
Yeah.
Marvel vs. Capcom was my first introduction, or Meadowbrook was my first introduction to Marvel vs. Capcom. They just released that on the Marvel vs. or Capcom Fighting anniversary that they released a couple months ago. And that's the first game that Rob and I loaded up. Nice. Hands down. Shaw, what about you, bud? What is some of your favorite arcade cabinets you've played?
I remember my first Marvel game was X-Men vs. Capcom. I got to play with Iceman. I was kind of my introduction to Iceman. Of course, later Marvel vs. Capcom, Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Yeah.
Always playing with Captain America and Venom.
Yep.
We didn't have arcades over here in New York. We have laundromats. That's what
Okay.
we played
Yeah,
the game.
that's
Yeah,
an
no,
arcade
and
game, too.
I mean, yeah, any
Yeah,
arcade
I know.
cabinets at any
Yeah,
family
I
fun
know.
center, laundromats, Pizza Huts, which were big too. So
Yeah, right. Yeah. I also remember playing Cruising the USA. That was a good game.
the
Racing, yeah.
cruising games.
Yeah. And yeah, those games are the ones I most people remember playing in arcades.
Tyler, what about you, big guy?
I know there's a handful of them. Some of the earliest games I would say I loved going to the arcade to play. Obviously, like Space Invaders and Pac-Man, but also like there was, when I lived in Boise, we'd go to the Red Robin, the arcade when Red Robin's had arcades. I would always go play. Was it Dark Gauntlet Legacy?
Yeah, it was Gauntlet Legends is what it was called for the arcade.
Gotcha. I loved that. I also remember when you would go to regular arcades and just play stuff like obviously Marvel vs. Capcom, always. But I actually really did a lot of Dance Dance Revolution at the arcade.
Can't go wrong with that.
I loved doing a lot of those.
They were just with that at all.
Oh, I was going at it. It was always fun.
All right, last but not least, Will. I'm sure you got a dandy of a list of arcade games you remember playing.
Yeah. The Avengers arcade cabinet. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles arcade
Gotta
cabinet.
include that one, man. Gotta include that one.
Oh yeah. Marvel Superheroes.
Yep.
Don't know if I remember that one.
Yep, that's the one with Captain America, Blackheart, Shumagorath. Yep. Where you had to collect the Infinity Stones.
Yep. 1942, and
that was the kind of flyby rail shooter, right?
Battle game. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Popeye.
Popeye, like Popeye the Sailor Man. I didn't know that was an arcade game. I mean, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm probably not surprised, but
you didn't know Popeye was a video game arcade cabinet?
Not an arcade cabinet.
Yep.
All right. So I will let you know that I got 10 arcade cabinets that I lowered down my list to. So it's my final 10. I haven't decided my top 5 yet, but I will give you kind of a sneak peek at what you guys will figure out as my top 5. I was going to be really surprised if somebody didn't say Pac-Man. So thank you, Tyler, for pulling Pac-Man out of there. Absolutely enjoy it.
Wow.
And Dance Dance Revolution, I always had to play on like the easiest difficulty because I'm a white guy and I can't dance, so my feet didn't move the way some people's did when they were doing it.
Medium to hard all the time.
Yep. Diamond's announcement for The Simpsons is also in my top 10. Marvel vs. Capcom, you obviously have to, and then Turtles, the original arcade game for Turtles.
Yeah.
I also enjoyed Carnival. Kind of the shooter game that you play when you're at the carnival and the clowns and everybody are trying to get at you. I also enjoyed Time Crisis 3. I liked Time Crisis 2, but there was something about the storyline with Time Crisis 3 that made me like that one a little bit more. NBA Jam.
Remember that?
Can't go to an arcade without NBA Jam. And its brother, NFL Blitz. Can't go wrong with either one of those two games. And then Fast and the Furious, the racing game.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was in the MWR building, the Morale, Welfare, and Recreation building that we had on the base in Everett, Washington when I was stationed in the military. I put, I'm not joking, probably $100 into that game and had every single card leveled up with my initials with all the attributes and tires and everything. So,
Nice.
Fast and the Furious. I mean, dude, again, 18, 19, 20-year-old, no responsibilities. The only thing I'm paying for is a cell phone. I got room and board paid for. I got food paid for. Why wouldn't I put money into a game like that? That's microtransactions at its earliest, ladies and gentlemen.
I forgot one. I saw you just reminded me when I'm thinking about arcades, going to over to the movie theater on Yakima Cinema. Don't they have the Lord of the Rings pinball right there?
I think so.
Yeah, I can go with pinball, but I mean,
but more against people than
one-on-one
kind of a thing.
I mean,
I just know I played a shit ton of pinballs. So
I enjoyed pinball too.
I can go with pinball. I can throw pinball on that list too. So.
I just remember the Lord of the Rings one over there because all this. It was just cool. You hear all the talk, their lines that they would
Yeah.
say when you hit certain things, and it was just.
Yeah. Resident Evil. There was also a Resident Evil game that was at Jackson Sports Bar, in Yakima that I put a lot of money into.
Mhm.
Fun fact, I actually was playing that game at the same time Janet Jackson's wardrobe malfunction happened during Super Bowl 38. So I did not get to see the wardrobe malfunction, unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen. So
Ando feels crushed for it
Oh,
too.
was it? Oh, I'm sorry. Rob corrected me. It's House of the Dead. House of the Dead. That.
Oh, I love playing that
Oh,
game.
I remember that
What?
game. I remember it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to give your memorable arcade games to the party? Sure. All right, I'm going to throw a special guest on here. Anderson Posse, aka Rob, is going to give his memorable top 5 for video game cabinets. Give me a second. Hey, go.
Ando, that's just you again.
It was the evil twin. Evil side.
Ando's thinking he's messing with us, but it's the same guy.
That is the same guy. He's just more mild mannered, less appropriate. He's just got to go with the flow, man. He doesn't have to raise his voice or have to try to interject because he's gonna get his words. He's very soft spoken. So I know that I heard a little bit of what was going on for me when it came to the arcade cabinets. It had to be team based. Like if you had somebody you could play with, made it much more better. If there was a good story behind it, much more better. Or if it was just your natural back and forth, beat the hell out of each other, that's where my gaming was. In no particular order because I didn't write these down or anything. First one was TMNT, The Simpsons tied, just because of fact based on your TV shows. And you had multiple 4-people cabinets with the Turtles, obviously, Leo, Ralph, Mike. I was going to get there. Thank you for interrupting that. Sorry. A-hole. I also don't interject unless I feel I need to. Jerk. But for me, it was the Simpsons and the Turtles were tied because the storyline was based the same. You just had different characters based on the show. X-Men was another one, but the reason I ranked that a little bit higher than the Simpsons is because of the fact that you had 6 people. Now, granted, at the time, I only knew Wolverine, Cyclops, and Storm. So Nightcrawler and Colossus were a big, oh my God, these X-Men guys are awesome. Dazzler, if I had to play as Dazzler, it was like, I feel like I'm wasting my quarter playing as this woman. But she was decent as well when I played the X-Men on the 360 when they made the console remake for the online marketplace. The next one is Marvel vs. Capcom and Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Now, Brandon was talking about Meadowbrook, Marvel vs. Capcom. That's where I got my first taste for the Marvel Capcom series. And then on the Boardwalk, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, I know I probably spent at least 40 hours, 50 hours at that cabinet alone playing that game, mastering it. So when they, I found out that you had the opportunity to play more, psyched, got it. Then any of the games where you had to do the actual shooting, whether it was Area 51, the House of the Dead, Time Crisis 3, Time Crisis 4, any of the Time Crisis with those. There was another one, I think it was called Sniper Scope, where you had to use the sniper and actually just boom, 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 kill everyone. That was another huge one for me. Honorable mention definitely is any pinball game, even though they're not particularly arcade cabinets. You still don't go into an arcade and you don't see pinball games. So, you have to throw a couple of quarters in there. And then the last one for me was any of the old school fighting games. Not fighting games, flying simulators. The main one, Afterburner. Loved playing Afterburner. And that was, I think that one and probably the Marvel Capcom series are my top. UN Squadron too. Oh, UN Squadron, that's right too. Thank you. Ever wanted to make video content? UN Squadron was a plane fighting one where you had to. It was basically a lot like Gradius for the regular Nintendo. That's probably the best scenario. That's probably the best similarity I can make for it. So yeah, those were my arcade. Those were my arcades.
All right. Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go. Oh, UN Squadron, that's right too.
Hold on 1 second. What in the world is man? Ugh. Okay. What we got up next, y'all?
All right. Let's see picture number 8. What y'all think about this? First day of high school. Who's making the most friends?
Who is the guy in the bottom right?
Ichigo. Complete.
Oh, okay. I didn't watch Bleach. Okay. I guess to be fair, though, all these I actually didn't watch any of these, so
What?
Just throw you away.
that's fine.
Honest,
The big 3 and the Godfather of anime? What?
I missed out on Dragon Ball Z. I missed out. One Piece. I'm so far back that I'm not going to try and touch it. Naruto. I watched like 2 or 3 episodes, and I thought he was the most obnoxiously annoying kid I've ever heard. So
The manga's better. So.
I've heard a lot of good things. I've heard also when he gets older, he's better. But
At least go to the Zabuza saga, at least.
Here's the thing. I'm not saying I'm never going to watch it. I'm just saying, like, I only watched the first 3 episodes because at the time, the person I was dating, it was one of her favorites. So I'm like, okay, let's watch it. And yeah, those first 3 episodes, I was like, oh my God, he's obnoxious.
Mhm.
I mean,
Out of those Bleach is definitely
But
one
in
I
the
wanna watch.
manga, he doesn't talk, so it's okay.
Oh, well, that's even better. Yeah.
You don't have to hear the
that
annoying
is a
voice.
fair analysis there, Janae. I like that. Me personally speaking, I would say Goku because Goku's the only one that I know, and I only know him from the Dragon Ball Xenoverse video games. I never got into the cartoons or anything like that, but I know Goku, and he's the only one that I know, so Goku.
He called anime cartoon. No,
Well, technically it is.
I know. I'm
That's
just
what it
teasing.
is in Japan. So, Goku and Luffy are both probably going to make the most friends, I think. Naruto's just too out of it, and Ichigo just wants people to leave him alone.
Yeah, but I always feel like if you want to be left alone, that's when you get the most attention. So maybe he would just get more friends from proxy of trying to not make friends.
That's fair. That happens.
I feel like Luffy would make the most friends because he just acquires people at random. Like, hey, are you gonna kill me? No. Okay. Be part of my crew.
Who's like, I want to battle you. Who's stronger? Can we be friends now?
Like, do you like food?
Be in my boat.
All right, Shaw. What's up next? Then we're gonna try segments after.
All right, last thing I got, picture number 9.
All right. Ooh, hello.
Oh
Yep,
shit!
Has one to be in the next Star Wars movie.
Zendaya. It has to be Zendaya.
I mean, to be fair, any one of them would do probably well.
Is that Chloe Bennett in the bottom right?
Yes,
Yes, it
Lord.
is.
Yep.
It is.
Yes, Lord. Put her back in MC. Put her back in there.
Oh fudge!
Put her back in there right now.
Or even Haley.
I think any one of them could do a good role in Star Wars.
Agreed.
I'm just tired of seeing Sophie and Zendaya. So
Put Chloe Bennett right back in there. Let's go.
No, you have six actresses who have done a pretty good job. And so like I think I got to double check. I think most of these have done at least a sci-fi role. So I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibilities to see that like the picture them in something like Star Wars.
True.
See, if you're gonna look at it from a Star Wars perspective, I kind of think Sophie and Sydney, no disrespect to them, I kind of think they don't like. Okay, Sophie would fit the sci-fi vibe. For some reason, I don't think Sydney would. I kind of feel like Zendaya, I don't have a problem with her acting. I just feel like she's overexposed as that woman who would be in a sci-fi role. Alexandra and Chloe to me would be like they're off the beaten path, so let's go ahead and get them in here. And I have never had a problem with Chloe, so my vote would be Chloe. But if Haley Steinfeld and Alexandra were in there, I probably wouldn't cry too much.
Isn't what's her God, I just had her name to say the bottom center.
Sydney Sweeney.
Yeah, isn't she currently filming the remake of Barbarella?
I believe so. Yes.
So that'll be a good sci-fi role for her.
All right, calm down, Will. Calm down.
Janae up and something. Her voice
Hey, it's better than me belching. Come on now.
Facts.
This podcast is just going to go down with grunting.
Hey, just be glad I don't have 7-Up or Sprite because that is my belching fuel. So
Back in my day, it was vanilla Coke.
ew.
Yeah, but I got to go with Chloe or Haley.
No, I can see Haley too.
I would be content with any one of them, especially after Rogue One. I feel like the mold's been kind of broken, so anything can happen now.
Agreed.
I'm kind of sick as Zendaya though. I ain't gonna see her in front.
She's not. What's funny is she hasn't even been in like that many movies like recently. Like she's been in. She did Spider-Man. She did Dune, and then she did the Challengers tennis movie.
Yeah, but she's also in that one show?
Euphoria.
Euphoria and
but Haley Steinfeld's been in more stuff recently than Zendaya.
And unfortunately, when it comes to Haley, I watch football, so I know Haley anytime they bring up the Buffalo Bills and Josh Allen, which congratulations to their marriage. But I also feel like Haley Steinfeld's been able to do it on her own without or Josh Allen as a stepping stone. So that's why I don't have any disrespect. And again, I don't have disrespect for Zendaya, but at the same time, I kind of feel like she has been in a lot of things.
I just loved watching Haley in Sinners.
Yeah, she was really good.
Mm-hmm. Sinners was great.
Yeah, that's a side of Haley.
That'll be on Max, I think, in 2 weeks, a week or two, isn't it?
I think so. Probably.
Cinemax or Skinemax? Will got that reference.
I didn't hear.
I said, is it going to be Cinemax or Skinemax?
Ah, there you go.
I definitely go with Chloe. I want to see more.
I'm down with Chloe.
I do too. Dude, she was amazing in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yes, she was. Oh my gosh.
And speaking of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., honest, have your mind blown. I found something on Facebook today. Will, I'll send it to you in the Facebook on Facebook Messenger. Somebody actually to map out how to watch every single Marvel movie ever made in chronological order. They even broke down Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D's season and episode on what to watch to go through that. I explained that to my sister for 15 minutes, and then she goes, Jesus, how long does it go? And I'm like, sis, we're not even on the movies that you do know. And I showed her the list, and she goes, holy freaking shit.
Oh, wow.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. does by season 3 or 4 start to kind of go its own direction, kind of.
Yeah.
Not necessarily. I mean, basically during the 5th season, I think it is, that's when it doesn't really connect because of the snap.
Oh, is that when they're in space?
Yes.
In space.
That's when they go to space. That's where I feel like everything's
basically, yeah. It's still a good season though.
Oh yeah, no, not hating it whatsoever. No, it was good.
Cameron.
Never seen it. So.
Hey, Gauntlet gave us our live action Ghost Rider, so I'm not gonna complain whatsoever.
Oh yeah, facts.
Also gave us Deathlock.
Yep.
Yeah.
88. They did. All right, let's go ahead. What in the
God, Robbie Reyes. Can I have Robbie Reyes Ghost Rider back?
Oh my gosh.
What is
all right? Somebody just sent me something on Facebook. I'm sorry.
Somebody sent you something.
Wasn't me.
Sorry, Will. That was the picture I sent.
let me go ahead and move over to Janae real quick with her anime news. If you have any, I don't know if you brought any.
I do.
She's
okay.
Like, I do.
All right. Thank you, Diamond.
Janae.
So, for any Vinland Saga fans, the manga will end on July 25th. I've watched some of the anime. I've not read any of the manga, but I like the anime so far from what I've watched. So,
which one you said?
Is that the end of Vinland Saga in terms of
the manga?
Is that the end of the manga for real?
Supposedly.
Wow.
So, Disney Plus confirms a live-action adaptation of webtoons. The Remarried Empress will premiere on 2026. I've read most of it, and I enjoy it. So we'll see how that goes when a live-action adaptation.
Cool.
Netflix should be streaming the second Nona Monkey film in August 14th. I have not watched the first one, so we'll see how that goes. I need to still watch it. Crunchyroll has announced that Dan 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 Season 2 will start July 3rd. A special episode of Kaiju number 8, Hoshina's Day Off, will premiere on the 5th of July. July 9th. These are just a few that I cherry picked from the news that like people might have heard the titles.
Right.
July 9th, The Rising Shield Hero Season 4 will
I've heard good things about that one.
I saw the first two seasons. I didn't see the third season though.
July 10th, Dr. Stone's Science Future Part 2 will drop. And then
I hate Dr. Stone.
I've tried watching it, it's just
I haven't watched it at all.
even though the original Alphonse voice, I believe, is the voice of Dr. Stone. It is a hard anime to get into. I've only watched like 5 episodes. And then Kaiju number 8 season 2 should be dropping July 19th, and I'm excited. So
cool.
But that's about it for the anime news that I was able to.
Did you not have in your anime news the movie returning to theaters here next month?
No, I didn't see.
The Secret World of Arietti.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's returning to theaters. I don't remember why, for some kind of event, but
probably like an anniversary or something.
Yeah, something.
Did you know that there is 2 different English dubs though? One with a British English dub and then one with an American English dub?
I did not know that.
Yeah. So
which
I think is a little silly, but it's like, okay.
Well, I mean, you know what though? I'd be interested to hear what the British one sounds like. Actually, while we're on anime real quick, there's a series someone recommended to me, and I can't find it. I was curious if you've ever seen it, Janae. Arch Enemy and Hero.
Arch Enemy
Hero?
Hero?
Okay, so it looks like it's called, I don't know how to pronounce it, Mayu, and this is Arch Enemy and Hero.
Hero or Hero?
Hero.
I can drop it in the chat here.
You talked to me about this before. I've just never seen it.
Okay, well, someone brought it up to me again recently, so I was like, I feel like someone told me once before, and then now it came up again, and I'm like, man, why do people keep telling me to watch this thing? So I need to watch it.
I've never until you asked me about it like a little little while ago.
I don't know. People I've been told it's good, and I've had 2 or 3 people now tell me, oh, you should watch it, but then they never tell me where it's at. I'm like, thanks.
YouTube. Try to find
You're welcome, Tyler.
I'll go find a site that's gonna get my computer,
viruses,
malware.
Right.
Your computer's gonna get a virus like Gonosypha herpelades on it,
and then have like single moms within 5 miles of you.
I'm just gonna.
Wait, is that why my phone is?
And then.
Is that why my phone is showing up like that? I only go to that place called Pornhub. That's the only place I go to. So.
Well, if you're in Texas, you can't go to Pornhub.
Look, I got told there's really good.
Wait a minute.
I got told there's really good hypnotic suggestion videos on there, and that's like the only site I go to now. Wait, what? Did I say that out loud?
Yes, you did say that out loud.
I'm not gonna touch that one.
Hold on, isn't browser still free?
No, you got to pay for browsers.
Ah, boo.
But if you're in Texas, you get nothing.
Yeah, you don't get anything.
It's banned.
Guess what? You're jerking off to whatever the Sears catalog is, okay?
Oh
That's
my
what you're
God.
looking for.
Sears catalog, man. That's showing your age, Tyler. And yes, I remember those MILFs that used to wear those bras in the Sears catalog, man.
He said the Sears catalog. Yeah.
Mine was the Navy Exchange catalog. There was some really good
Oh,
looking.
You
my
just
God.
really want to read those articles, okay?
And Sears catalog, sir, you think you got the wrong magazine.
There's articles on the tables that they have wicker baskets.
It's like, why?
And that's why I read Playboy magazine. Yeah, I read it. I
Oh,
read it
my
just for the
goodness.
articles, man.
You know, actually though, what was good back in the day? I haven't read it in years, but actually I did like Maxim.
Maxim was
Maxim,
all-
dude.
Maxim was all right.
FHM
Yeah.
was a really good magazine too.
Maxim
Yeah,
was all
because
right.
like, there actually were like some dope ass articles on stuff.
Yeah.
But the only thing male oriented, there was like 3 issues. There was one with Shannon Doherty. I forgot which one. I
Yeah.
forgot which one she did. But
May
I
she
got
rest in peace.
yes. May she rest in peace. Yes, Lord. That was my favorite one. Was Shannon Doherty.
There was one with
Um,
Stacy Keebler in it too.
Yes, they had
Elijah
one.
Dushku did a cover for Maxim.
Yeah.
See, I didn't know that. That's one I didn't know.
Oh, I'll send you Elijah Dushku.
Yeah.
Okay.
More crazy is that like Playboy is still a thing. I was like, oh my God, it's still a
After
thing.
all these years.
Yeah,
Well,
like,
yeah,
he's coming
but
back.
actually, Playboy's a really I would love to watch as many documentaries on Playboy because it's so weird and interesting because of like, first off, all the scandals in the past.
Yes.
And then when he died and all the stuff coming out about it, and then how it's being operated now with all the like, it's so interesting to me that
Like, I'm so concerned. Like the mansion is still a thing. No, it's not. I'm like, oh, okay. I guess I will never go to the mansion. Then
I thought the mansion still existed. I thought
it's like it's there, but it's not like
it's not the same it was.
Yeah.
it's like it's still there, but you can't really go in there type of thing.
Can we just admit that Miss March was the best movie about the Playboy Mansion?
I
I
never
thought-
seen it,
Actually,
so-
no, Miss March was not
What was the best movie with the Playboy Mansion?
the first one they did.
The House Bunny.
No,
Yeah, good
no,
one. I like that one.
The House Bunny was really good too. Tyler, what's the movie you're talking about?
The Girl Next Door.
With what's her name? The blonde.
Put it in chat. I own Girl Next Door on Blu-ray. I fucking love that movie.
Dude, the Playboy
it's-
Mansion wasn't in that.
it's so
I mean, it was
good.
about pornos, but it wasn't the Playboy Bunny wasn't in
No.
in
So
The
Girl
Girl
Next
Next
Door was
Door.
the first movie that Playboy produced.
Okay, I guess you could say that because there were models in that movie. Okay. All right.
So Playboy only produced like a handful of like movies. But Girl Next Door, because they actually had a show called The Girl Next Door on like Playboy Channel or whatever. But
Right.
yes, the movie Girl Next Door was the first movie produced by Playboy.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
I'll
Gotcha,
I'll
gotcha.
allow it. I'll allow it.
Oh, allow
That
it.
was actually
I don't care what
shocking.
you allow. It's great.
I've never
I'm
seen
sorry.
it.
Bro, I'm the
I
adult.
know if it's great or not, sir.
I'm the adult certifier here. I think Will is giving me that position, which is. Are you okay over there, Janae? Did you just faint? Blink once if you need help.
No, I was taking a swig as you said that, and so almost.
She leaned too far back. She leaned too far back.
Yeah, I'm not there to catch you, Janae. You can't lean back yet.
I was leaning forward because I was about to spray Pepsi everywhere.
No, Girl Next Door though, straight up. Janae, it's actually really, really good. It's well written. It's funny. It has a young what's his face? Is it Tim? That's
Yeah, the guy that played Riddler in the Batman.
no. Oh
No.
yeah, okay, yes. That's not what I'm thinking of though. No, the pimp. Oh God, I'm gonna look it up here. The guy who's the pimp.
You're talking about the tripod guy, right? The guy who wears the mask at the end of the movie because he's got the
No.
tripod.
No. Timothy Olyphant.
Oh,
Hey, Purdy.
Agent 47.
Yes.
Agent 47. Yeah. He
But
also
yeah,
starred in. He also starred in Gone in 60 Seconds.
Yep. No, the girl in that though, that's Elijah. How do you say? Cute Cuthbert.
Cuthbert. Yeah.
I think she is insanely beautiful.
Oh, absolutely, dude.
I just remember my first introduction to her was she was the daughter on 24.
Yep.
Yeah.
With Kiefer Sutherland. Yeah.
Yeah, and so I don't feel like she's done a lot of stuff, like on big stuff. She should have done more big stuff. She's great.
All right, let's go ahead.
Also, one more person in that movie, I'm going to say for Will's sake, Luther Reigns, the former WWE wrestler. Yep, he was in that. Because he played what was this? This is my boyfriend. Is it Mule? I think it's Mule. Yeah, Mule. And the boys are sitting on the couch and they look up and go, "Hi, Mule."
I remember him. All right,
amazing. Yep.
All right, let's go ahead and finish up the show with Diamond's video game news. Diamond, you have any news for us?
Mm-hmm. So, Nintendo admits or has confirmed with IGN that the Metroid Prime 4 Beyond advert currently at Oxford Circus in London is incorrect when they announced that it was out now, and the game still lacks an official release date.
Oh, sounds like someone dropped the ball on the marketing.
Oh yeah,
like everyone's gonna get fired, lose their jobs.
They've been replaced by AI.
Yes,
very much so.
We've done a restructuring,
and they still lose it. They still release it, announce a movie or announce a game, 5 years before it actually comes out,
and then shelve it, and people forget about it and never gets released.
Yep. Looking at you, Rockstar.
R.I.P. Scalebound.
Dude, I'm still pissed that game never came out.
I'm gonna die on that hill. Okay, for Scalebound. I'm hoping to one day somehow get far enough in my life and get popular enough on here that I can get into the production company of that game and be like, hey, here's money, finish it.
Yeah.
I feel like someone's gonna hack into their systems. We're gonna release this game right now for free.
They're gonna do what they've done for the last 10 April Fools, and they're gonna come out with a new trailer of the live action Legend of Zelda game. That's gonna be the new April Fool's joke.
Can I get a Left 4 Dead 3?
You did. Back for Blood.
Mm-hmm. And then
Geek Gauntlet podcast. What's up?
And then Battlefield 6 reveal still happening this summer. EA assures that. I feel like EA is what's his name? George R.R. Martin, the dude who made
Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They said it's still coming. The dragons are still coming. Battlefield 6 is still coming.
What chance does that have against Call of Duty Black Ops 7?
Do people still play Call of Duty?
Yes.
I thought they did.
Okay.
Have you seen the player fan base on Black Ops 7?
Oh, I'm not. Here's the thing. Call of Duty was big when I was into it a decade ago. And I'm at a point where I feel like, is it real? I mean, I know it's big. It's not going to die. I don't have anything that's not going to be there.
Here's how I'm going to say it.
Is it still really as big? At some point, do people get dried up of that powder milk that they're getting at this point from the cow?
The argument I will make, and Will can back me up on this. Every year, people say Madden is a bullshit game. Madden needs to change. We're not going to buy another NFL game.
Mm-hmm.
People still buy Madden.
Yep.
That is the luxury that Call of Duty has, cornering the market. There is not a game right now that can hold a candle to what Call of Duty is, that realistic first-person shooter. You had that when Battlefield 2, Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4 came out and competed with Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 1, and Modern Warfare 3. You had legitimate competition. Then EA does what they always do. They drop the ball. They bend over. They fuck the people because it's E-fucking-A. They fuck the people. And then other subsidiaries of games take advantage, like Call of Duty did with Treyarch and Activision and Infinity Ward. The benefit that EA had with Madden is they got ahead of the fucking the people because they told 2K, I'm sorry, I apologize. They got ahead of the ball with Madden and told 2K ESPN that they were not allowed to make games anymore. So they cornered the people that they were allowed to with. But rumor has it they're supposed to be coming out with a newer football game because the licensing exclusivity with Madden ended, I guess, last year. Or
it was last year that ended. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's why, I'm sure I apologize. I should not have dropped so many F-bombs in the terminology that I did. So I apologize, sir.
So that means that no more Madden curses?
Oh, God, no. Every Madden is still going to be a Madden curse.
And it's all going to be cursed.
It's Madden. It's going to, They're not going to change anything. They're going to put a new coat of paint over the turd.
Yep.
They're going to say it's a freshly made car. It's going to smell like garbage and poop, and people are still going to buy it. Complain that they don't want to play the game, and then just buy next year's model because they think, again, it's going to be a brand new car and it's the same piece of poop with just another layer of
paint. Is
paint.
it going to be a guy named Chad that buys it?
Every Chad buys it.
Who are you, the Chad?
It's Chad's from California. Oh,
Who
man,
are you?
Madden,
Who are
man.
you?
You gotta play Madden, bro.
Ando,
Madden's the best game ever.
Ando, I feel you did that whole soliloquy for clicks and views, my friend.
You know what, Will? While you sit there in your computer chair, sitting as comfortable as you can,
Yes,
I got a lot of shit that I got to get off my chest.
Uh-oh.
Hold on, I'm breaking the
Ew,
fourth
why
wall,
is it
Will.
on your chest?
Come on, guys. If you watch Friday Night SmackDown, you understand the reference that I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
What else you got, Diamond?
And then what's it called? Xbox announced that next gen AMD deal says future devices won't be tied to a single store. It'll be fully backwards compatible.
Okay.
Am I hearing this correctly? That Xbox is in talks to expand their library of previous games?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I like that. As long they need to include X-Men Legends, X-Men Legends 2, Justice League Hero, just to name a few. Haha, I made it right.
They're going to have to go get those rights, though. I'm sure it's going to be a pain in the ass.
Well, Warner Brothers, I don't see it being a problem. They
Depends
did.
if Sony pays them more money.
What's that?
Depends if Sony pays them more money.
That's true. And if the rumors are true that Warner Brothers is being bought by Sony, but I did hear a rumor that Sony is in talks with Xbox because supposedly coming to Game Pass is Spider-Man Web of Shadows, Ultimate Spider-Man, and other games like that. So if Xbox can work with Sony to allow that to happen for Game Pass, I think they can roll with that and then work with Warner Brothers.
Well, so those I get. Were those games fully Sony back then?
No, they were never fully Sony.
No, I know, but I mean, like, did Sony produce those games back then?
I don't think so. I don't think. Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't think they did. So why Sony wouldn't be the main talk on those ones, right?
It would be Marvel, but if Marvel isn't, so the issue that Marvel would have with those games is there are certain characters that Sony has exclusivity ties with. Spider-Man being the big one. So for Marvel Ultimate Alliance, especially the Gold Edition, you would have Spider-Man and Venom, and essentially anybody from the Rogues Gallery. Spider-Man versus Spider-Man Webs of Shadows, you have the entire Spider-Man universe there.
I would have to look at the root because
the only two games that I remember them announcing that you really could get because they didn't announce X-Men Legends and X-Men Legends 2.
Well, okay, so I don't think Sony. I think Sony has the rights on like any newer ones, but when it comes to the pre stuff, I don't think Sony has any say on it.
Well, that would be nice.
That was all pre.
That would be nice because Web of Shadows and Edge of Time.
Now, here's the thing: if they're going to do a full remaster on them, that might be a conversation because Sony might be able to be like, "Oh, well, that's a new game because it's being remastered." Yeah. But if they're just doing like fine touches and throwing it on, they probably could get away with it without ever talking to Sony because Sony wouldn't have any say in it.
All right.
I'm just waiting for those two games to show up on Game Pass.
Yeah, same.
All right, Devin, what else you got?
That's all I have.
All right.
Quick. Did you last week talk about? I don't remember if we talked about last week the Xbox handheld.
Yes.
Okay, I couldn't remember if we did or not.
All right, let's go around the room, see what everybody's doing in their personal lives before we get out of here. We're gonna start with Janae. Janae, what you got going on this week?
Janae. I just have my daily drawing challenge. Have not drawn today's yet.
Scandalous.
No.
She's getting that liquid courage, y'all.
Woo!
He's getting turned up.
Party!
But you can find my daily challenge on my drawing Instagram at JELXNB. The new snack mate just dropped yesterday. Plus my anime recommendation dropped on Feast of Fandoms today. And surprise, Sailor Moon all the way. For all three. So but that's all I have for this week.
Oh, hold on. Before we go, I just looked up on Facebook Somebody announced that James Gunn has confirmed that the live-action Clayface movie, which is starring Tom Ryan's Harry's, is supposed to be rated R. They're going to put it in a great horror movie in a genre that happens to be loved, which is body horror. So it's going to be a rated R horror flick.
All right, Shaw, what you got going on this week, my friend?
Nothing much. I just finished playing Pokemon Silver. Beat Red, luckily with Typhoid and a lot of revives. Other than that, nothing really.
All right. Diamond, what you got going on this week?
So this week I'm gonna continue streaming Sleeping Dogs and Resident Evil 6. I just finished the first part of it.
Cool.
Is that while or during you killing shiny Pokemon?
It happened once.
I said that one time.
Hey, we can't let you live it down. We can't let you live it down. If Will ain't gonna say it,
I ain't bring it up. I ain't bring it up. It was Ando, not me.
No, Will, we got that. We got that telecommunication, Will.
Oh my goodness, Tyler, what you got going on this week?
Before I say what's going on this week, something popped in my head. I don't think we talked about it last week, but I've been hearing about it this week. Diamond, have you heard about the situation where people are loading their Pokemon stuff onto the Switch 2 and their entire account getting deleted?
Yeah.
I heard about that.
Yeah. So I guess Nintendo put out a statement telling people to back it up in the cloud so that it transfers correctly. Otherwise,
Pokemon doesn't do cloud storage.
Apparently, there's a Nintendo Cloud thing that they are telling you to back it up on before you do a transfer. Because I guess people said that they've transferred some of those things and their entire library will be gone.
Yeah.
Which
that's too much work to do at this point. I'll just let my Pokemon die, or just let my Pokemon
I read an article about a guy who said 20 years of Pokemon gone.
Yeah.
And I was like, at that point, I'd be done. I'd be like, well, fuck this.
Yeah.
I'll just let my Pokemon collect dust. Okay.
This week, what I'm doing, I actually finished watching the main Batman the Animated Series. I've been doing my rewatch on that. I started Superman the Animated Series, and then I'm alongside of him going to watch the New Adventures of Batman. I've been playing Killzone Shadowfall from PS4 on my PS5. That's been fun because I never did beat that game, so I was like, let me start it over and play it. Plenty of comics to read. People don't know, last week I lightly talked about it, but I did launch my comic book TikTok this week. I have my handle down there where I just kind of talk about comic books. I do my comic book minute, comic book minute, where 60 seconds I break down a comic that I've read. So always fun if you like comic books and like characters, great place to jump in and see what's coming up and what's happening. I will say that there's so many things coming up in comics. Like I said, we touched on it earlier, and so I'm excited to talk more about that on there. So again, Evil Ranger Comics, find me on TikTok, and maybe we can talk about some comics together. But yeah, other than that, comics, video games, TV, work, and if you can sleep somewhere in there, I think. Somewhere in there, sleep.
Somewhere got to get some sleep somewhere.
Yeah, I'll find a little 30-minute increment somewhere to put to sleep, somewhere.
All right. Ando, what you got going on this week, bro?
You know what? Besides work, man, I found a new love for an old Switch game that Rob started playing, which was Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition. So I'm going through unlocking all the characters there and trying to complete the story mode. I forgot how much there is to do in that game and how many you can unlock. So that's kind of revisiting an old friend there. Other than that, between working, selling phones for Straight Talk, I work at my sports job tomorrow. So I will be getting off here fairly quick after we get done and catching up on some sleep. Because let's sleep, right, guys? Because we all do not get regular sleep schedules.
Does the Straight Talk in June become Pride Talk?
What's that?
Does Straight Talk in June become Pride Talk?
No, it becomes Crooked Whispering. So.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
That's my nickname now with the Walmart people is Crooked Whisper. So.
Oh my goodness! All right, you guys, that's gonna do it for us.
Will, what about you? We got to talk about you, Will.
I ain't doing nothing.
Except sports reports.
Will's like, I just got back into hibernation until next week's show.
I'm doing a sports report on Monday night. Tuesday morning, I'm doing Coffee and Sports over on Wide Wire. On Thursday night, I'm doing player versus team for On the Sidelines podcast, and I'll be right back here on Saturday night for the Geek Gauntlet with you guys. So
And don't forget to go all the other shows on Feast of Fandoms, all the fun stuff. You know,
MCU Mondays,
Cantina Happy Hour.
Yep.
Cantina Happy Hour on Thursdays, War of the Stars Wednesdays.
Snackame once a month.
Snackame.
Snackame. Which
go
is
jump on
Monday.
the fandom over there and get some.
Yo,
fun
you
stuff.
gotta get a jingle for that, Janae. It's Snackame with Janae.
Snackame.
With Janae. Because it rhymes.
Yeah.
People like those jingles that rhyme.
Well, I used to, like, when trying to spell my name for people, I would go Jenae. Because
It's
A
Janae.
melodic.
It's Janae. It's Snackame with Janae. Yay.
She spelled her name A melodic. All right. Let's go and get on out here for the night. We appreciate everybody coming through. Thank you to Elite Sports and Entertainment Network 5 minutes here. We do appreciate it. We'll see you guys again next week right here on the Geek on the podcast. Everybody have a great week. Have a safe week and take care. Later, guys.
Bye.